Well, howdy ho there. So we found the issue. I drained out our brand new fresh oil. Shit's black. So this right here is the oil pump. This right here, I can't really do this one-handed, but so we pull this gear off. I'll show you if I can get it off of there. Maybe got it wedged on here. Anyways, it's supposed to have a flat spot in the gear to keep it from spinning around on there. Well, it's gone, number one. And the reason it's gone is because the gear was spinning and the shaft was not. So you look down in there, you can see the drive gear of the pump. Now there's another one of these right here on the back side. Let me put you down for a second and try to get this piece out. There we go. So the way this pumps is this spins inside. I can't do it one-handed. There we go. This is all ground up too, so it rotates through there like so. There's a point where it's messed up. And that motion pushes oil through. So the problem is that side's messed up, number one. It's a little ground down, messed up. The worst part is the fact that that one in there, you can see it jammed up against this piece right here. And that piece right there are jammed together. It's not going correctly. And then that being seized up blew the center out of the gear. There's supposed to be a flat spot right there, that metal. Come on, focus right there. And it's not. So I bought another OEM and that cost me $151. Jesus! But anyways, she goes in right there. And I have sprayed parts cleaner in there. And I was checking for the flow so that the sump, you can see if it's clogged up. So just by spraying parts cleaner in here, it flows out over here out of this hole. So I know we've got good flow in the sump. And I cleaned out in these holes. You get all kinds of black nasty stuff out of there. And there were some solids in there too that we got out. So it wasn't very good. But I've got good flow through the screen. So that's a plus. That's good. I cleaned out all my orifices. I had to deal with oil. There. So we did all that. Got that all cleaned up. I'm satisfied with the cleaning on it. I have to grab a paper towel and wipe this parts cleaner off my leg. So that's all ordered and stuff. I'm kind of disappointed that I kind of wasted $50 worth of oil. I think what I'm going to do is an old trick and take a strainer, a little hand strainer with a handle on it with a strainer basket, and put a coffee filter in there and try pouring it through the coffee filter and see if I can't get the solids out of here and clean up the oil a little bit, seeing as how I just put it in there and ran the thing for 5 minutes. So see if I can't clean the particulate out. I mean, if I'm satisfied, I might not be satisfied with it. I might just trash it and put in fresh oil. So I don't know. Over time it's gonna get nasty anyways, so the blackness doesn't really bother me that much. It would just be if there's any solid stuff in there. New oil pump is on the way. Just ordered it. Didn't really want to spend that much on it, but I'd rather get it right and have it last me a lot longer. Because I'm sure that's probably the original oil pump in it. And there's no telling how many hours this has on it. So everything else looks good. So I'm thinking with it running and everything, it just wasn't getting oil to the top end. I mean, I never drove it once I had the stuff running. I didn't run it. I ran it. I didn't drive it though. So I'm hoping that taking my time, finding that oil issue didn't cause any other problems. I think because I had a weird noise when I'd shut it down, and I think that weird noise was the oil pump. Worst case scenario, if the piston got fried or the cylinder got fried due to lack of oil. There was about 2.5 quarts of oil on the bottom of the motor though, so I'm pretty sure that got adequate oil. But what the plan is I have the other cylinder from the old piston. I'll just order a new piston and put the new piston in the old cylinder, and I think we should be good. But that's only if, when I put this oil pump in, it still runs rough as shit. Because it may be messed up, it may not be, I don't know. The only way to really tell is to pull it apart. And I don't feel like pulling it apart right now. So if the piston gets fried on here, or if it's still making noise, I'll just order the other piston, pull the top end off, replace the cylinder, put the other piston on there. Which at this point, I've done it so many times, it's not that difficult. So I've run air and parts cleaner through all my orifices and shit, so that's all clean and everything. So I've got good flow everywhere. I did, when I pulled the line off of there, I got good flow from the tank to the bottom of the motor. So I think the only reason that I wasn't getting circulation was because of the pump, which would be a fair assumption. But yeah, that's the update. I'm not sure when the part's going to be here. I figured expedited shipping. It was $2 more to get expedited shipping. So rather than 2 to 5 days, it'll be here in 1 to 3 days, or shipped. And they say it ships within 24 hours. So that's a change from the last time I ordered parts from them, where it said could be 8 to 10 days. I was going to order from a place here in Michigan, but the place in Michigan said that it could take anywhere from 8 to 14 days to even ship. So I'm not trying to wait that long. I'm trying to get this thing back together and running. I can't keep doing this. I'm over it. I just want to ride. I want it done right. So that's why I've been taking my time. I bought 3 things of parts cleaner today. I went through 2 of them cleaning out the case on this. And then the guy that works with me, the new guy, we fixed his dirt bike. Whoever had it before, I think they ran it without case oil in the bottom end of the motor. I don't really know much about the 2-strokes, but as far as I can tell, there's supposed to be case oil in there. And you can see on the swing arm back there, it running down, it's coming out of the exhaust. So I think what happened because the piston rings were fucked on this, and he wasn't getting compression, he couldn't get it to run. So we changed the piston out. And I think that case oil made it between the piston and the cylinder and made its way into the exhaust. And it smokes like a son of a bitch when he runs it, and there's case oil coming out the exhaust. So I feel like that's residual from last time, but we're going to change the case oil on this thing just to be safe, so he doesn't burn it up, because it'd be shitty to have the same fate with that thing that I've had with this thing. No reason to have to keep fucking shit up. So we're at about 10 minutes. I'm going to cut it off here, and we'll have another video once this oil pump gets here, and we'll let you know. Alrighty. Keep it classy.